I loved Red Rover when I was a kid because I was a chubby kid. And Red Rover was one of the few times that a chubby kid could shine. It really was. Because most of the time in school when you're chubby, it sucks. But Red Rover's like, fuck, this is my moment. I'm built for this. You have people standing in a line holding hands, and then you have to break through another line of people holding hands. Fucking, I can do that. And I used to watch wrestling, so when I ran through the line, I would put my arm up to clothesline. I'd take down like 4 or 5 kids. It was awesome. It was like, yeah! And they're like, yeah, thanks, fatty. Do you want to go back to your other team? Can you play Red Rover now? Does anybody have kids?
I couldn't when I was in school even.
You couldn't play Red Rover? Like, Red Rover's done now. Like, you can't play it in school at all.
Tell us how loud and hurts.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Violates the someone hands-off policy.
Like, so you can't play tag? Tag's out?
Violates the hands-off policy.
Ridiculous. See, now, this whole thing started with kids' feelings a few years ago, and I have a real problem with it because feelings are... I'm not saying we shouldn't have feelings. I'm not saying we shouldn't express feelings. I think we put too much emphasis on feelings, okay? Because feelings are just the shadows of our thoughts. I wish I could say I thought that out, but that was Nietzsche. Feelings are the shadows of our thoughts. They're just... We should have them, sure, but I think we put too much emphasis on it. And sometimes we should just take our feelings and shut the fuck up, okay? Because I'll give you an example. Recently, I was in a situation where sharing my feelings made me look like an asshole, where if I had just shut up, I could have looked like a good guy. And again, my wife, as the story of my wife, she wanted to get her hair cut. So she called me at home, she said, I'm done work, pick me up, I want to go get my hair cut. Cool. So I picked her up and went to the salon. Now, most guys, when they take a woman to a salon, drop her off and say, call me when you're done and I don't want to deal with that shit. But I go in because I love salons. Women playing with other women's hair? That's fucking great. And there's magazines to read. That's a good time. I'm there. Women playing with other women's hair and there's free magazines? Sign me up. So I go in, I sit down in the waiting room. Woman comes in, she tells her, this is what I want to do with my hair. She goes, cool. They go over, they start cutting her hair. And I'm reading Cosmo and Red Book and all that shit. I'm not above reading that. A lot of guys won't read that stuff, okay? They'll be like, oh, it's a girl magazine. Yeah, but it's filled with hot women. All women's magazines are filled with really hot women. So how is it for women? It's for guys. It's just beautiful women. And then stories about beautiful women being beautiful women. I'm done reading them. And as I'm reading, I look up. The woman cutting my wife's hair looks at me, like noticeably, not like... But like, she's looking at me, leans to my wife, whispers something, they both laugh. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't say anything, I push my feelings aside and just go back to reading. Just like, hi, like an idiot. Like I'm an immigrant that doesn't speak English. Like, Canada. Go back to reading. When I finish that one, I start reading People or Us or one of those. They're all the same. I'm reading about who Jessica Simpson's fucking now, and I look up, and there's a new girl cutting my wife's hair. She's looking at me, leans into my wife, whispers something, they giggle, and I'm like, I'm thinking, do I have a spot on my shirt? Is my fly open? But I push my feelings aside and just go, I'm reading Us magazine. Flip. And we're there about an hour. My wife finishes up, she comes to the front to pay, and the woman goes, no, you have a lot of product in your hair. This is on us. If things don't work out, let us know. And I'm thinking, if things don't work out, are they talking about me? If things don't work out, what the fuck does that mean? If she got her hair cut, they're not charging her? Did my wife just get a free haircut because I'm a loser? Was that what they were thinking the whole time? So we walk outside, and my wife goes, so what do you want for dinner? Subs, always. And then we're walking along. She's like, yeah, I got a free haircut. I go, did you get a free haircut because I'm a loser? And she's like, what? No. the first girl that was cutting her hair, when my wife went in, she explained to her what she wanted done. But the girl had put the wrong products in her hair for that treatment. I don't know any of this, though. All I know is they were fucking looking at me and whispering to my wife. So I'm like, well, what was with the whispering and the giggling? She goes, they were complimenting how well behaved you were. Most husbands, when they go in, after 10 minutes, they're like, oh, fucking hurry up. Come on, it's a haircut. And I was sitting there smiling like a fucking retard going, I got magazines for an hour. So because of my feelings, I took what was a compliment about my behavior and turned it into me looking like a fucking retard. I was like, oh, I thought you got a free haircut because they thought I was a loser. How would that get me a free haircut? You're retarded.